Have you ever looked at someone who studies for half the time you do and somehow still scores way higher than you? You wonder what they're doing differently. You try working harder, longer, sleeping less, pushing yourself more, and still, they stay ahead. Now imagine this. What if there were ancient, proven methods, refined and perfected in one of the most disciplined, high-performing cultures on Earth, that could make your brain absorb knowledge so fast it feels like cheating? Because that's exactly what this video is about. Today, I'm going to expose the forbidden, almost illegal-feeling study techniques used by top-performing Japanese students. Techniques that most of the world has never even heard of. But once you understand them, you will never study the same way again. Let me warn you, this is not your typical drink water and take breaks advice. That's child's play. These techniques go deeper. They hijack how your brain stores information. They reprogram how you think about studying. And if you use them the way I'm going to show you, you'll start to feel like a machine. No more procrastination, no more stress, just pure focus and massive retention. Sounds impossible? That's what they want you to think. You see, in Japan, academic excellence is not optional. It's a cultural obsession. Students there are pushed to study harder, faster, and more efficiently from an insanely young age. But what separates the ones who thrive from the ones who break down is not more effort. It's smarter strategy. These students aren't gifted, they're trained. And today, I'm going to show you how. Because once you learn these 7 tricks, and I mean really learn them, your competition won't even know what hit them. And here's the crazy part. Most of these methods work against everything you've been told about how to study. They feel unnatural at first, but that's exactly why they're so powerful. Let me give you an example. Right now, most people think studying is about memorizing more. But Japanese high performers, they aim to forget slower. That small shift in mindset alone changes everything. Your techniques, your strategies, your results. The system wants you distracted. It wants you inefficient. It wants you stressed. That way, you spend years chasing average results while thinking you're doing your best. But I'm here to break that system, to pull you out of the cycle. And once you see these Japanese methods, once you apply them, you'll feel like you've unlocked a cheat code to your brain. You'll remember things without trying. You'll stay focused without burning out. You'll actually crave studying because it starts to feel like a superpower. So if you're ready to level up, not slowly, but instantly, and finally feel what it's like to study like the elite, then listen carefully, absorb everything, and don't skip a second. Because the first technique is something so deceptively simple, and yet so insanely powerful, that once you learn it, your brain will never work the same again. Let's begin. 1. The shadowing technique. Copy to dominate. In the West, people think repeating information is boring. In Japan, repetition is power. Shadowing is one of the most powerful language and memory tools Japanese students use, and it's terrifyingly effective. Here's how it works. Instead of just reading or passively listening to something, you repeat it out loud at the exact same time. Not after, during. Your brain is forced to predict, to engage, to match rhythm, tone, memory. It goes into overdrive. This single method activates multiple areas of your brain at once: listening, speaking, memory, rhythm. And what does that do? It multiplies your retention. It's not about memorizing words. It's about becoming one with the material. You stop being a student. You become a mirror of the content. And that's when real learning starts. Use this with lectures, podcasts, even textbook definitions. Your mouth moves as the words are spoken. Do it once. It's weird. Do it twice. It's empowering. Do it 10 times. It's addicting. 2. The Pomodoro Pyramid. Not just time boxing. Weaponized time boxing. You've heard of the Pomodoro technique, right? 25 minutes focus, 5 minutes rest? That's cute. Japanese students stack Pomodoros into pyramids. The idea? Escalating challenge. The first Pomodoro is 25 minutes. Next is 30. Then 35. You keep stacking until your brain begs for rest, and then you reverse. This creates a pressure and release cycle, like a gym for your brain. You're building mental stamina, not just focus. That's what makes it different. Your brain starts recognizing, okay, we go hard, then rest, then harder again. It builds momentum. You start craving the challenge. Procrastination becomes irrelevant. You train your mind to associate studying with winning. It feels like a game, but you're programming your nervous system to enjoy effort. That's what makes it unstoppable. 3. Kiku Mimi listening. Absorb without trying. This one's sneaky. Kiku Mimi roughly means listening with your ears perked. It's what Japanese students do when they're not actively studying, but still absorbing information. Here's the trick. Play study audio, vocab, formulas, facts, in the background of your life. While cooking, walking, even scrolling, your conscious brain tunes it out, but your subconscious, it soaks it up like a sponge. Why does this work? Because your brain is always listening. And if you feed it the right information over and over, it starts embedding it without resistance. You'll suddenly remember facts you don't recall learning. That's not a coincidence. That's subconscious imprinting. It's not magic. It's just how your brain works when you stop getting in its way. 4. The kanji mentality. Compress. Don't cram. Japanese students grow up learning thousands of kanji, complex characters with layers of meaning. How do they handle this? They don't cram. They compress. Instead of trying to memorize 50 facts, they find ways to link them into one mental image, story, or symbol. It's visual, it's emotional, and it sticks. Here's how you use this. Turn facts into icons. Group ideas into mini narratives. Draw simple shapes that represent big ideas. Your brain is not a storage unit. It's a pattern recognition machine. Feed it patterns. It will reward you with recall that feels like magic. 5. Morning Shuchu Zone. The sacred 90 minutes. Shuchu means intense concentration. And in Japan, serious students guard their first 90 minutes of the day like a religious ritual. Why? Because your brain is most neurochemically primed right after waking. Dopamine, cortisol, acetylcholine, they're all aligned for maximum focus. During this sacred window, Japanese students avoid distractions, phones, even breakfast sometimes. Just pure, undisturbed focus on their hardest task. And it works. 1 hour here equals 3 hours later. You do this consistently, and your brain starts wiring itself to wake up ready to work. That's not productivity. That's neural domination. 6. The mistake book. Turn failure into ammunition. This one is brutally effective. Japanese students don't just learn from mistakes. They document them. Every test, every quiz, every error goes into a chigai noto, a mistake notebook. They don't hide from their failures. They study them obsessively. They rewrite the question, analyze what went wrong, then drill similar problems until it becomes impossible to get it wrong again. Why does this work? Because pain is a powerful teacher. If you use it, the brain remembers failure far more vividly than success. When you revisit it deliberately, you rewire it. The mistake becomes a trigger for mastery. Western students avoid their errors. Japanese students hunt them. 7. The Shisa Kanko protocol. Say it, point it, own it. This one comes from Japanese railway safety systems. It's called Shisa Kanko, pointing and calling. It's used to avoid deadly mistakes by forcing the brain to consciously verify actions. Top students secretly use this too. Here's how. When you study, verbalize your actions. Say, I'm reviewing chapter 5. Point to the page. Say, this formula equals acceleration. Point to the equation. This looks ridiculous, but it works. It creates active engagement, the most powerful form of learning. Instead of reading passively, you're involving voice, vision, motor movement. Your brain lights up in 3D. You own what you study. You can't forget it, because you didn't just read it, you performed it. You've just learned 7 Japanese study tricks that feel almost illegal, because they work that well. Now, it's your move. Don't scroll away. Pick one and use it today. Because people who just watch videos stay average, but the ones who apply, they become unstoppable. So, which technique are you starting with? Tell me, right now, in the comments. Let's see who's actually serious.